And the Syrian culture has been among the main targets of the terrorist war imposed on Syria since 2011, a sector that, despite the damage it suffered at the hands of the terrorist gangs, is once again emerging strongly with outstanding achievements that highlighted the recently concluded 2022. Let's see.
2022 was a year of revival and recovery of the Syrian cultural industry. The Syrian lute, as a traditional musical instrument, was inscribed on the representative list of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity. It is the fifth Syrian national element to be inscribed on this list after Al-Qudat, the traditional songs of Aleppo, the Damask Rose, Shadow Theater, falconry, and hunting.
The hard years of war couldn't waken us. On the contrary, they increased our will and determination, where competent authorities, institutions, and individuals made great efforts to preserve our millenary cultural heritage in all its aspects and components, using all the means at their disposal.
During the war, terrorist groups supported by hostile governments looted more than 16,000 ancient sites in Syria. Archaeological restoration continues at sites such as the historic Afka Spring and the Triumphal Arch in the ancient city of Palmyra. While work continues on the return of stolen treasures, at least 40,000 pieces of which have been recovered to date.
The Syrian Department of Museums and Antiques, with its counterparts in the world and in coordination with UNESCO and the UN Development Programme, has managed to train Syrian archaeological personnel through courses inside and outside the country, who were in charge of restoring a large part of the damaged archaeological sites and recovering a large number of the stolen pieces, and continue with this effort until the recovery of all our archaeological heritage.
At the same time, numerous cultural activities flourishes again after several years of suspension because of the war. The National Book Fair, the Syrian Culture Day, the annual spring and autumn art exhibitions, film festivals and theatrical performances were among the most prominent events that marked the cultural life of Syria during 2022.
These artistic and cultural events are taking place again in archaeological sites of our millenary civilized heritage. They are proof of our attachment to our cultural identity and of the failure of terrorists to erase our civilization, because cultural life is rising again with much more strength, which is a matter of great joy for us.
Damascus also promotes collaboration in the field of antiques with the Sultanate of Oman. He hosts the Iranian Cultural Week, multiple Russian cultural activities, several flamenco shows, and a concert of Latin music directed by the Venezuelan maestro Gerardo Estrada. An arduous work that, in addition to achievements at the national level, consolidates the cultural presence of Syria Arabia, regional and international.
هشام ونوس، teleSUR، دمشق، سوريا.